start of the new week, time to learn another etude. Last week's video, we did my oldest video, Altès, number 2. The next video I posted was Kohler's 25 Romantic Studies, number 14, the double tonguing etude. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that one though, because I'm working on an album of that etude collection. You may have seen I've already released a single. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you stream music. But yeah, I'm working on a full album for that, so that's why I'm gonna skip doing this etude right here. But this next etude, the Altès number 3, I haven't played that since I've posted it, and I think I have done an improved version of it. I'm not entirely sure, so we'll check the playlist to see if I've done an improved already. Yes, I have, a year ago. Alright, time to watch the improved version. Okay, not bad. Overall, it was pretty good. I want to make sure I voice the melody. I want to have a steady tempo the entire time, play with a relaxed sound and in control, and if that means playing at a slower tempo, then I will play it at a slower tempo in dynamic contrast. So, we've got these 4 points to work on. I'll actually reference them better this week. Last week, I went through and I listened to the etude and I wrote down points and I said, okay, now I'll practice, and kind of had in mind what I was going for, but I never went back to my list of, okay, these are the bullet points I wrote down. So this week, I'm going to be more mindful of that and more particular about how I practice. And yeah, now it is time for me to start practicing. I forgot to start the timer. Oh no. Now we have it. 30 minutes. Wow. I'm glad I noticed right at the beginning. Okay. Now play with a steadier tempo this time. obviously I did not end at the tempo I started with. So yeah, that very leapy part is where, and also where the articulation changes. I felt like I didn't have a beat, and then where it leaps a bunch, there's a lot of jumps, is probably what was the hardest for me. So I am going to work on that part. We're going to start by working in the middle. Okay, I feel my air is like I'm stopping my air. I feel myself stopping the air. I bet if I did it on the tube, you would be able to tell. That's exactly how I was playing it. I don't know if y'all can hear that air. I'll get the Numa Pro so you can see the fan and you'll be able to see it better. I love using the Numa Pro. I think that's the reason why the leaps were so difficult, was because I'm stopping my air. I'll demonstrate it to y'all what I was doing with my air, and hopefully you'll be able to see with these fans. I hope y'all can tell that I'm going. It's like 2 puffs of air happening. Which means my airstream isn't steady across the leap. I need my stream, the air, to just be completely equal across the octave leap, and just change the direction of it. That's how you change octaves, is changing the direction of your air, not the amount of air. And you're not stopping it either. The fan should spin a lot smoothly. You should feel like you're just interrupting the air. Since this articulation is slurring groups of 16th notes together, the air will sound like you're articulating eighth notes. I'm just doing eighth notes right now, just on a single note. I'm not playing what's written. I'm doing that so I can hear what it sounds like to have air go for that duration of time. And now I will actually finger the notes, but still try and match my air to be that even as whenever I did the eighth notes. Okay, that feels a lot better. Really thinking about what your air is doing, what rhythm the air would be doing, not about the rhythm of what notes you're fingering, but how often your tongue is interrupting your airstream, really helps keep your airstream as steady as it possibly can be. I'm also really trying to let my air do most of the work and not move my embouchure so much, and not move my lips so much. I think often we whenever we have big leaps, we tend to do so much movement in our face that is unnecessary. We want to have the littlest amount of movement as possible in our face so that we can just let the air do the work and let the flute resonate how it should resonate. Because whenever we're moving our face too much, we're getting too involved in there, and it's gonna block the air in a way. Not really block it, but it's just gonna get in the way. And so I'm really trying to let my air do the work, and I'm here. I'm starting to feel unsupported. I feel like I'm not supporting my air, so I still need to support my air, even though I'm not trying to force it and I'm not trying to do too much work. I'm doing a little too little of work, so I need to support it a little bit. There's too much edge in my sound right now, and I don't like it. So I will just try and sound better. So I flutter tongued that because whenever I have a bad sound or I just am not liking the sound I'm making, flutter tonguing gets me to use the right amount of air for each note. And so if the flutter goes away or the sound goes away, that means my air wasn't aimed correctly, or I didn't use enough, or I used too much. Just any of the things. Also, it kind of helps me open up my throat more as well. Okay, so that's the end of the practice for today. I'd say it was pretty productive. Worked on the hardest part. I know what I want to work on. I have a tempo goal. It's all pretty straightforward. And I think I'll probably also work in chunks more this week than what I did last week. But yeah, that's the end of today. Well, the end of this practice session for this video. Not the end of the day. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's day 2. I just got done with a 2-hour practice session on tonic. I was working on a Beethoven duet, and that video should be up by the time you're seeing this video now. But anyways, now it's time for the etude practice. Let me start the timer. Okay, I'm just gonna go from the beginning since I worked on those really leapy parts the other day. Okay, so I have the first page at 112. Sometimes it gets a little messy, but I'm going to show you my progress right now. That's into the second page. I have 12.5 minutes left. I'm gonna work the rest of the etude and try to get it to match at 112. 5.5 minutes left. I'm gonna play through it at 108 and show y'all my progress. Okay, so that was not a very good playthrough. It wasn't bad. I can feel that I'm really tired and that I've been practicing for a while. We're coming up on like 2.5 hours of straight practice, and so my mind is getting a little fatigued. I'm like ready for a break. Even though I had a break between my 2 hours in this recording session, I had a 15-minute break between my 2-hour session and this one. I'm still getting a little tired from it, of just focusing, and then also my face is getting a little tired. It's been a while since I've done a session that long, and so yeah, I'm feeling a little fatigued from it, but I'm gonna keep playing for the rest of the time, which is only 1.5 minutes left. Okay, I'm glad that's done, because I need a break. But that's the end of today. I didn't talk a whole lot today. I didn't have any practice tips for y'all today, really. I just focused and played. So, tomorrow, another day. Yeah. Day 3 of practice. Today, I'm just going to work on speeding it up, getting it faster. I think I said that I wanted to get it to 112 today. I didn't write that down. I just wrote that I had it at 108. I believe I said 112 and 120 if I can. But 112 is the goal today. Okay, I'm not sounding very good right now. I'm gonna play it slowly today and just really work on having a clear sound and the sound that I want to play with. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna focus on today instead of trying to get it faster like I originally thought I was gonna do. I'm gonna play with the drone on and really listening to the sounds that I'm making and seeing if I'm playing in tune and if I'm playing with the right kind of sound. And that's the end of the time. See you guys tomorrow for day 4. Okay, it is day 4 of practicing this etude. I'm gonna review what I wrote down, the points I wrote down at the start of the week of what I wanted to improve on, because I feel a bit stagnant in practicing this etude, and yeah, I feel as if I'm not making much progress, or it's just, oh, try to speed it up, but really, what am I doing? So, I'm gonna review the 4 points. Things to work on. Tempo, steady the entire time. Okay, yeah. Play with a more relaxed sound, play with my most beautiful sound, voicing the melody, and dynamic contrast. Okay, that's what I wanted to improve on. That's what I wrote down. I think today I'll focus on making more dynamic contrast throughout the etude, because it's a lot of forte and fortissimos. There's mezzo forte too, but it's all very marked very loudly. So I'm gonna go through, look at all the dynamics written, and see if I can add any more details into it to better convey the melody and the progression of all the dynamics. 30 minutes starts now. So at the beginning here, I've got forte, and I'm forte for the first 16 bars. So I'm forte, first 16 bars, and it goes up 1 dynamic to fortissimo, and then 11 bars later, it's a mezzo forte. Okay. So about every time, not exactly every time there's a change in the melody or articulation, the dynamic changes, but kind of, and so that can help me voice it all. Okay, so when we get to that leapy part, it drops down to a mezzo forte after being at fortissimo. I think that I should play that mezzo forte when it drops back down and it starts getting more leapy. I should play that with a more delicate sound. I'm gonna write that on the music. Delicate. I want to play. That's what I'm thinking I'm going with right now. I'm gonna be very loud, fortissimo, and then when I get there, delicate, just floating it, because there's so many leaps. I just want to float those leaps and make it sound very effortless. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the fortissimo and then go through the end of this page. Actually, I want to shape this whole section that's at fortissimo, because even though there's no dynamics written in for me to do, the music is still going somewhere. So I want to show the progression of the chords that I'm playing. So yeah, I'm just going to think about shaping that and play around for a little bit and see what I want to do. So to recap today, I mostly worked on what I wanted to do in that fortissimo section, really looked at what arpeggios I was playing, what chords are what and where it's going, so I can shape it and not just play it all fortissimo. And then that next part at the mezzo forte, I think it should be played very delicately, and it should dance a little. It's a waltz. It's written in 3/4. I have a greater idea of where the music is going now that I've sat and really looked at, okay, where are these chords, where's the melody, and what are these dynamics. It was very helpful for me to review the points that I had previously written down earlier in the week. So that's the end of today. Okay, it is day 5 of practice. Yesterday I worked on phrasing that fortissimo section and then into the mezzo forte with all the leaps. So today I'm going to focus more on my tempo. I want to try to get it to 120. I'm not sure if I'll be able to because I want to make sure that it's clean above anything else greater than getting it fast. But I will aim for 120 today, so that's what I'll be doing. 30 minutes. Oh, did that not? There it goes. 2 days ago, I wrote that I got this etude up to 108, but yesterday when I was playing, I played a little bit with the Met, and it wasn't clean enough at 108. 108 seemed very fast for what I was doing, so I'm gonna go down to 90, drop it pretty far, and yeah, really work on my sound, making sure I'm playing with a very good sound and proper phrasing before I speed it up. Okay, I'm gonna do that again and speed up a little. Oh, I'm starting to drag. Okay, I'm gonna leave that section for now at 112. And I'm gonna start slow again at this next part. Okay, and that's the chunk I will be working on speeding up now. Okay, that seems to be where I'm at right now, 109. I'm gonna leave that section at 109 because it's getting a little, the more I play it, it's not getting better. So I'm gonna let the practice that I did on that just rest and move on to the next section, and then I'll come back to that if I have time. I need to play it more delicately. Okay, and that's that section that I'll be working on for a little bit. Okay, that's 108. I'm gonna leave it at 108 and move on to the next section, which is pretty much the same thing, but the articulation is different. Ooh, I'm not gonna start at 108 though. playing gracefully on these leaps as well. If I think about playing light, floating it down, and graceful, then I find that the leaps are really easy. Okay, I'm gonna leave that section, move on to the next. Okay, so I have the entire etude up to 108 now. It feels a lot more comfortable. I have 3 minutes left, so I'm going to play through all of it. Okay, I have 22 seconds left. Today was a very productive practice session. I definitely think that I am doing better about the phrasing even as I speed up the tempo. I'm glad I'm being very conscious of it as I'm doing it, because yeah, music is a lot more fun when you phrase it and they do the dynamics, and so I'm enjoying practicing this etude now that I'm really focused on bringing out the music of it instead of just playing notes to play notes and trying to play them fast just for the sake of playing fast. There's music to be found in this etude, and I'm having a lot of fun trying to bring that out. Today was day 5. See you guys tomorrow for day 6. Okay, it's day 6. Yesterday I worked on getting it faster while still maintaining the phrasing and dynamics. I'm going to do the same thing today. I got it up to 108 yesterday. I'm going to aim to get it to 120 so that tomorrow I can try and get it to 132, because that's a tempo that I wrote down at the beginning of the week that I wanted to play it at. been practicing with the Met on every single beat, and I'm just not playing super well with it, and so I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, and I'm gonna have the Met click on beats 1 and 3 and silent on beat 2. Okay, with the beat on 1 and 3, I feel myself wanting to drag, so that's very helpful. I already did feel that, but having the metronome only on beats 1 and 3 makes it really obvious to me. So I'm gonna keep practicing with it on 1 and 3. Okay, now I'm gonna practice with the Met only on beat 2. Ooh, okay. Playing with the Met on beat 2 makes it feel very, very fast. Which, the tempo hasn't changed. I haven't changed the tempo at all. I've left it at 112 this entire time. It just feels I feel very chaotic when I'm trying to play it with the Met on only beat 2 at this tempo. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slow it really far down. 96. I'm gonna slow it to 96 and see if it feels the same. I don't think it will because it's so much slower, but we'll see. Okay, so I have this etude at 112 now. It's still not clean enough, and I'm not playing musically enough at this tempo. And so I think I'm not gonna try and get it to 132 since I only have one more day. I want to make sure that I'm playing musically over chasing speed. Last week I prioritized speed over everything because I was trying to get the etude single-tongued at 100, which if you haven't watched that video, you should go watch it. But this week, I don't want to do that again. I really want to make sure I'm playing musically. I'm going to get it as fast as I can, so long as I am playing musically in the dynamics and really phrasing it and shaping it. And so if that means playing 60 clicks under tempo, then I'll do that. And yeah, I really want to work on my musicality with this etude, even though it is supposed to go really fast. I'm not going to get it to that tempo based on how I'm playing right now, today. Okay, that's the end of my time. Tomorrow I will continue to work on it. Tomorrow's the last day and will also be the performance. I would like to have it at 120. I don't know if I will get it to 120. But yeah, we'll just see how fast I can get it while still playing very pretty. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, y'all, it's day 7, the last day. So I'm just gonna go right ahead and do my 30 minutes of practice, and then wait a few minutes, and then I'll do the final performance, and we'll be done with this etude. I got it up to 112 yesterday, and if I can get it faster, I'm gonna get it faster, but my focus is playing with the best sound that I possibly can and to play music with it, not just trying to get it as fast as I can. So that's what I'll be focusing on in this session and then when I perform it. my time. Now I'll just wait a few minutes and then do one more take of this. My first take, just like last week, my first take of this will be the only take I do, and that'll be that. Okay, it's time for the final performance. Okay. Overall this week, I think I did better about keeping in mind the goals that I had for this etude than I did last week. I think it could have been more structured though. I didn't really set what tempo I wanted to be at on what day. So I think if I did do that, I might have gotten this etude up to 132 like I originally wanted. But because I didn't really push to increase the tempo on certain days. And I also focused mostly on sound over tempo because I didn't want to prioritize tempo over sounding good like I did last week. But yeah, this was a fun etude to learn. I think in order to get to 160, I would need a lot more practice and longer practice sessions besides just 30 minutes in just 1 week. But overall, I'm happy with what I've done with this. I've made improvement on it, and there's always things that I could do better on it. And so, yeah, I'm happy with how I practiced this week and ready for tomorrow and to start another etude. And that video will go out next week. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and even comment if you like it, things that you liked about it, or any questions you have, because it helps me to know if these videos are good and y'all want to keep seeing them or not. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!